Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the Digital Desk. And no, you're not having any sort of deja vu. We were talking about walking earlier with Dr. Dennis and his walk across America. There's more walking content on the docket today. We have the Fargo 2024 Walk for Apraxia, sorry. And that is coming up on Saturday. So to preview that event, talk a little bit about the condition and why we're trying to raise this awareness, I'm lucky enough to be joined in the studio here by Stacy Kemerling, the volunteer walk coordinator. Stacy, thanks so much for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
Well, just let's break it down for all of the non-medical folks out there. What exactly is CAS, and what are we doing out here to raise awareness for?
Yes, so childhood apraxia of speech. It is a neurological motor planning speech disorder. So the child knows what they want to say, they just can't say it. And it's really only through intense speech therapy that they are able to speak.
And how does this normally get diagnosed? Because that's something that was mentioned in the release, is that you really want to be able to spread awareness so that it can be caught earlier and have more intensive therapy earlier on. But how does somebody even know that this is occurring? You know, I imagine that it can be easily confused for other things like dyslexia and stuff, things of that nature.
There are many speech disorders, especially when a child is young and they do not have many words. It is harder to diagnose. So my son was in speech since he was 1, but wasn't diagnosed until he was 2.5. Because they need to have a certain amount of words before they can actually make that diagnosis. And it is challenging, it is difficult. They're often misdiagnosed. So it's really important to get the proper diagnosis from a speech language pathologist early on in order to get that intervention.
All right. And then tell me about the event this weekend. So it's at 10 o'clock, and then there's a ceremony at 11. But I'm just curious about, you know, sort of the methodology behind it, because registration is free. So I imagine this is not, you know, like a fundraising event. Why are we walking? What is this to benefit the cause?
Yes, so the walk is at 10. Registration starts at 10 a.m. like you said, ceremony at 11. We are there to just raise up and support our kids that work so hard to learn to speak every day. They go through so much therapy, and just raising awareness, because it's not a well-known diagnosis. A lot of people don't know about it, so we're just out there to spread the word.
And you said that there would be some of the kids out there,
yes,
to kind of, again, highlight the issue and see more of what's going on. How does it feel for them to see people show up and participate in the walk?
It's amazing. My son was 9 when he started saying, "Mom, does this kid have apraxia? Does this kid have?" He really wanted to know other kids that had it. And that's what really sparked starting the walk here, is just bringing all the kids together, showing them that they're not alone, supporting all of the families, because it's a lonely journey when you don't know what it is. So just supporting everybody and lifting each other up, and the kids get certificates and medals and really make them feel like stars for the day.
Yeah, and then just tell me a little bit more about what else, because you mentioned that this is in the release, it's not just the walk. This is like a whole community event. So what else is on the agenda besides the walk itself?
So we'll have the ceremony, we'll have some games, we'll have some food, we'll have just some fun and just some time together for the kids to hang out and get to know each other, and the families too. And then we will do our walk around the park as our awareness piece, just having some fun.
And how long is the walk itself?
It really only takes, I mean, the walk itself is like a mile.
Oh, okay.
We're not running a marathon here.
So all skill levels when it comes to locomotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, all right, that's good. Yeah, because you never know sometimes if it's like a true like benefit walk, and then it turns out to be like a 5K, and you're like, well, wait, hang on. I don't know if I have the physical fortitude for this today. Okay, so just a mile, that's pretty easy. Yes. And then just tell me a little bit, I mean, you've mentioned a couple times your son having the condition, and what it means to you for you to personally be involved and to get to coordinate an event like this.
This is so important for me personally, to hear other people's stories and to hear what other people have gone through, as well as share my knowledge, because my kiddo's 12 now. You know, he'll get home the notes from school that say he talks too much. And I love that. I love getting those notes. It doesn't make me mad at all, because it's so incredible how far he's come. But to just be able to share stories and share tips and tricks, and just get to be with other families that experience this on a day-to-day basis.
And that is an inspirational note, and I think something also that you maybe would want to throw out there is mentioned in the release that there is no cure for it.
Correct.
But there is definitely great progress that can be made with the proper intervention and treatment.
Yes. There have been times, like I said, my kiddo was a 1 when he was started speech, but 2.5 when he was diagnosed. There were times where he had up to 7 speech sessions a week between school and private therapy. Like, it is intense how often these kids need to go. It's a lot of work. He's never complained. He loves to go. He loves his therapist. Shout out to all the speech language pathologists, because they are amazing miracle workers and we love them. But it's a lot of work, yes.
And I would imagine that this is kind of like a marquee event for you guys, where you know, you really put a lot of effort into getting the community out and getting people involved. But is there anything else outside of this that we should know about Apraxia Kids? And
yeah, so Apraxia Kids is a national organization. They fully support families and speech language pathologists with education and tools on how to best help your kids be the best that they can with this disorder.
All right. Well, Saturday at the park, make
Yes.
sure everyone turns out. Anything else I didn't ask you about that you want to throw out there?
No, I think we covered it all.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much again for joining us for more walk-related content. We also had Adam on the desk earlier this morning doing another walk thing, so it's a walking-related day. But make sure you turn out on Saturday to support this wonderful cause. And for us here in the Valley News Live studios, we're coming up on that 4 o'clock newscast, so make sure you tune in, see what Bobby Fallett's got working, and all the rest of the programming that we've got for the evening. For now, I'm going to let you go, and thank you again for dropping by.